everyone, Joshua Myers here, and welcome back to my 31 Days of Halloween Review series. And today, we are going to be reviewing the film From Beyond, from 1986.
Every journey begins in the mind. A flight of imagination. A vision of what might lie across the universe. Or within the deepest regions of the subconscious.
Humans are such easy prey.
From the makers of Reanimator, From Beyond.
From Beyond stars Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Ken Foree, and is directed by Stuart Gordon. The plot of From Beyond is that scientists create a resonator to stimulate the sixth sense and open up a door to a parallel and very hostile universe. Before I get on with this review, this is yet another first time watch. I have not seen From Beyond before. I've heard about it, and when I heard that this is basically, first of all, it's another H.P. Lovecraft story. Like, it's based on a story by H.P. Lovecraft. Just like with Reanimator. And you know me, I love Reanimator. I love that movie. So I was like, okay. And it seems like it's the same team. It's, Stuart Gordon directing, Brian Usna producing. It stars Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton. So, and it also has music by Richard Band, who did the music in Reanimator. So I was looking forward to watching From Beyond because I love Reanimator. So I was like, okay, let's see what else they could do with another H.P. Lovecraft story. So here are my thoughts on From Beyond. The cast. Again, you got Barbara Crampton back and Jeffrey Combs back from Reanimator. Playing different characters, of course, and they are very different from their characters in Reanimator, and that was something I was like, are they going to play similar characters? Are they going to be able to do, are they going to be able to differentiate their performances from what they were in Reanimator? And yeah, they did, and I think overall it works very well. And overall, I think they did a very good job in regards of, differentiating themselves between, for example, Jeffrey Combs differentiating himself between his character in From Beyond. I forgot his character's name. And Herbert West from Reanimator. These are two totally different characters. I mean, they're both scientists, but the way they portray, the way Jeffrey Combs portrayed these two characters couldn't be further, honestly, you could have both these characters interact and be played by Jeffrey Combs, and you would be able to tell a difference between the characters. And the same thing goes for Barbara Crampton's character in this, from her role, the stark difference between her role in Reanimator versus From Beyond. So that is something I was very much curious to see if they were able to do that, and I think they succeeded in that. I would not be able to confuse their characters in From Beyond versus their characters in Reanimator. On top of that, in regards to cast, there are some newcomers here, and they added Ken Foree, which this is the second movie I've recently filmed a review for that starred Ken Foree, the first one being Dawn of the Dead. So yes, I did review Dawn of the Dead recently, and I will be posting that review for next month in November. So be sure to look out for that. And I just gotta say, I've been loving Ken Foree in these movies, and I love him in this one. For those who don't know, I actually met Ken Foree at this film festival, and he is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And I would highly recommend meeting Ken Foree. I would love to meet Ken Foree again. And I think it would be cool as a filmmaker. It'd be cool because we discussed my filmmaking career and that, and I was much younger at the time. I forget how old I was, but yeah, he wished me well in my career, and I think it would be awesome if I get to, cast him in one of my movies. That'd be awesome. Like, starring Ken Foree, that'd be awesome. Like starring Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead and From Beyond or something like that. That'd be awesome. I would love to work with Ken Foree. He's an awesome dude. So definitely meet him if you get the chance. But yeah, he's awesome in From Beyond. Very solid cast throughout the movie. And another positive is the practical makeup, like the practical effects. Just like with Reanimator, the effects in here are solid 80s, practical effects. Creature effects, all that different stuff. And yeah, like, all I will just say here, it is a very gooey movie. Not gory, but gooey. It's very gooey. You're going to see a lot of goo in this movie. So if you have not seen it. Also too, another positive I have is the runtime. The movie clocks in at 1 hour and 22 minutes, and honestly, it doesn't really feel like that. It flows by. So if you have a short attention span, you should be able to watch this just fine. And honestly, for me, that's where the positives end. And let's move on to my negatives. And honestly, I only have one negative, which really, really drags the rating for this movie for me. And it's just not as iconic or as interesting as Reanimator in regards to stuff. Even the music, I mean, it's the same composer, Richard Band. It's not as iconic as the music in Reanimator. I mean, Reanimator was 1985, right? And then I believe this was 1986, so this came out a whole year later. And also, too, the characters are not as iconic as the characters in Reanimator. Like, I would remember, the name Herbert West before I remember the name of Jeffrey Combs' character From Beyond. That's just the thing. It doesn't have the iconic status that Reanimator does. So, and the thing is, it could have been a very interesting story, and that I just think it should have been executed better, much better, make it much more. I don't know. There's definitely ways they could have made this iconic, and for a lot of people, I'm sure it is. I mean, but personally, for me, it just isn't Reanimator, which I like about it. I like it differentiates itself from Reanimator. At the same time, too, I wanted it to be like to where I love it just as much as I love Reanimator. And unfortunately, I don't love it as much as Reanimator. So move on to my rating. So with that said, I'm going to give From Beyond a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Again, it's a little bit better than okay. It is still a very solid movie. It's just that it's just kind of forgettable in some places. Like, am I going to remember From Beyond? I might remember it for a few moments here and there, but I will remember Reanimator to the day I die. That is a movie that is just sticks with you, whereas From Beyond doesn't. So I don't know what I was exactly expecting going into From Beyond, but it definitely wasn't this. So, yeah. Again, it's not a terrible movie by any means. It's like I said, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is just a little bit better than okay. I mean, it is a serviceable movie in regards to, like, it has, good acting, has, great practical effects. The music is okay, just not as iconic as the music from as the music in Reanimator. So, yeah, I don't know what I would have personally done differently with this movie if I directed this. But this is one I could see being remade. I could see From Beyond getting a remake at some point and actually, improving upon the original. If there is ever a remake, I mean, it would be cool to get the same cast. I mean, Ken Foree's still alive, Barbara Crampton, Jeffrey Combs. They could get the same cast, just maybe a different director, you know, maybe a different composer, or, you know, whatever, and tell the story in a different way, and to where it could maybe reach the iconic status of Reanimator. So, I don't know. So, but, yeah. So that's it for this review. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.